And is that Elizabeth? Elizabeth, do you remember me? Do you remember where you met me? We met on an airplane, and I don't know how we became LinkedIn friends so quickly, but I met you on the airplane. I don't know if you remember that. I remember you, and you were a very, very pleasant and wonderful woman. So let's go ahead and get started. We're here to talk about the things that you do remember, and you're giving me hearts. You're touching my heart. And on the video, if you see the recorded, I'm touching my heart. But let's talk about the problem of blocks. And I call them blocks because they're things. There's got to be something in our way holding us back from being the person that we see ourselves being. So you are successful. There's no doubt that you're successful. You've made it this far. You've done this much. You're successful. But what's holding you back from that ultimate success, from really accomplishing the things that you know you're capable of accomplishing? And we call them blocks. The other thing that I promise is that I will only keep you to the exact time that I said, and it might even be shorter. I don't believe, again, in wasting time. So we're going to jump in this. And for those that, we had over 80 people register, but for those that didn't show, we're going to do the recording and give it to them a little bit later. I am going to bust up the myths and ambiguity about personal blocks standing between you and your life of luxury. We're going to spend about 30 minutes, as I mentioned, and we're going to help you to reframe what you're doing. So with that, I actually have a gift for you. Every time you come to these deals, they give you a gift. They tell you got to wait to the end. I'm going to do a little bit of both. I have two gifts for you. I have one right now, and I have one later. The one I'm going to give you right now is it's something, a scroll that was written over 25 centuries ago called the Tao Te Ching, and it is revered by some of the wisest people ever as the wisest transcript ever written. Taking a few moments of reflection each day and these sacred verses will help you with your deal. So we have blocks. So you need to have things that you're telling yourself to remove these blocks. And this Tao Te Ching is something, Wayne Dyer lived at the end of his life on the Tao Te Ching. And he says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so if you want a copy, now what I did was I have these 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, and I personally copied them down so you don't have to go digging for them. And I will email them to you if you drop inside of my message system, hey, I want my first free gift. I'm just going to send it to you. And then later, I have a more significant gift that obviously if you stay the whole time, that I'm going to offer you. There's nothing to buy. I'm going to offer you another free gift. So we operate, our brand is called the 24K Life. And most people think, well, you're a money guy. You talked about money for 30 years. 24K Life must be about getting rich. It must be about rich. And it is in sort of a way. The 24K Life, and I wrote a book called the 24K Life Code, is for people looking to unlock, discover, and live their true value. Remember, we talked about removing these blocks so you can live your ultimate life. And so we want to help you eliminate anything that blocks your ability to become personally pure like gold. So like gold, you have to go through a process of burning off all the bull. Oh, is that Issa? Issa, how are you? I'm going to ask everybody to share this in their little network. If you can repost this, maybe we'll get some more people. I learned that from Isabel. That's my girl, my sis. Isabel, thank you so much. When I saw your face, it reminded me to ask everybody to share this right now so that maybe some people that are on having lunch can be in your circle, can be notified. But anyway, the 24K Life, everyone has a code. You have a code that you operate by, but everyone doesn't know how to unlock the code to their success. And so 24K Life is about having the key to help you unlock your code. And I'm going to tell you how a little bit later. But let's talk about your blocks. Would you agree, based on your studies, based on the things that you've researched, learned, and read, or communicated with others, that everything in life operates off of a vibration? I mean, it is scientifically proven. So if you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you, because it's been scientifically proven everything's a vibe. So the question becomes, are you truly aligned with the vibe of your desires? Because if you are, you're not here because you don't have the blocks, but you have the blocks. So if you are here, you're looking to figure out how to align your vibration with the things that you truly say and believe that you want, so that you can attract those things into your life. You know, if you want to witness the law of attraction in your favor, you have to examine the things that are holding you back. And so let me give you some examples of what blocks are. Desperation. If you are living in desperation, that's a vibe. People can feel that vibe. They can feel it through the phone. Have you ever heard a sales team, say, or some of the sales greats have said, smile while you're on the phone? If you're selling, it comes through. If you're frowning, tapping your finger, desperate, that's a block. Constantly worrying and concerned, that's a block. Uncertainty, it is a big, obvious block. Living fearfully, self-doubt, scarcity mindset, lack of motivation, being distracted. If you don't know that constantly being on your social media is blocking you from attacking the actions that are required for your greatness, you're not paying attention. Negative self-talk is a huge, huge block. So your success lies in the meaning you attach to these words and habits. Sometimes you place certain things on a pedestal, granting them more power than they inherently possess. You give more power to your negative thoughts than you do your positive thoughts. That's why you keep having more negative thoughts. Let me give an example. I'm a money guy. We're going to give you lots of money examples. So let me give you a money example. Money only holds power based on the meaning that you give it. It is your perception and beliefs about money that shape its influence over you. It is critical to recognize that money carries an emotional vibration. How do you feel when you find $100 bill on the ground versus finding a penny? It has an emotional vibration for you, and the emotion is energy. You take that meaning beyond its physical value that represents various emotions and desires. For instance, if your goal is to earn $10,000 just this month, it's likely that you have an emotional attachment to that specific amount. It could represent different things to different people. For some people, it might represent the freedom to take a vacation or to pursue their passion. It also could symbolize a sense of security, knowing that you can provide for yourself, your friends, your family, and live a more comfortable lifestyle. The idea of 10,000 is a feeling of comfort and ease in your life. Money can symbolize security, freedom, abundance, success, happiness for most of us. When they say money can't buy happiness, that's because they don't have any money, right? Or they have so much money, they're miserable because they're looking for more value. Understanding the emotional aspect of money can help you have a healthier relationship with it and make more conscious choices regarding your financial well-being. It allows you to examine your beliefs and attitudes towards money and potentially reshape the way in which it aligns with your overall well-being. The key to understanding this is learning how to increase your own vibration. How do you raise your own vibe when you're not feeling it? When you're feeling uncertain, when you're feeling down, how do you raise your own vibe? Because that is the thing. If you can't raise your own vibe, you are a prisoner to someone else. This means that you're creating a mindset of scarcity or lack when you unintentionally create a sense of separation between yourself and your desire. You are creating that sense of lack yourself, even if eventually you achieve like goals that you set out to achieve. You might get there, but man, you're miserable on the way. You may have conditioned yourself to be unhappy in the present moment while striving for the goal. This pattern can be observed in many wealthy individuals as well. They often fall into the trap of constantly searching for the next big triumph without taking time to appreciate the here and now. We're talking about what blocks are, and we're going to talk about in 2 seconds how to get rid of them. It's important that we all find a balance between setting new goals and feeling satisfied with the current circumstances. This is a really delicate game that we need to balance. So learning to view yourself and your achievements as sufficient can bring more fulfillment and joy into your life. Now listen, let me tell you how I do it personally. I have something I call D zone, right? The letter D for Derek, D zone. I'm in D zone, right? So I have my own zone. And so I'm always striving for something greater. And I know that I have to also appreciate what I have. So what I do is I've created this mindset, this thought called D zone. I'm happy where I am. Now I told you, if you hear that, it's probably something you should write down. I'm happy where I am, but I'm eager to get more. I am happy where I am, but I am eager to get more. That satisfies this balance, right? I'm happy where I am, but man, I can't wait to hit that next level. When you allow yourself to truly feel the desired emotion first, you can create a feeling within yourself. Emotions play a significant role in manifestation. If you feel shitty, you're going to get crappy results. It's as simple as that. When we have to build some momentum, we'll talk about momentum in a second. Abundance in general can be achieved by combining the feeling of abundance with the actions that you take. I think we often forget the action side. Yes, we should be feeling good, but we have to take good actions. Many people believe that when you are passionate about something, you attract more into your life. And that's because passion increases the state of your being. It raises your vibe. It allows you to perceive opportunities where they previously were invisible to you. In past conversations, we've talked about, thanks for the heart. I love it, Naja. Thank you for the hearts. If I get hearts, I'm gonna be all day long just loving myself because you love me. But we talked about this in the past. It's called the reticular activating system. This, again, is a scientific, physical reality. All of us have something in our heads called the reticular activating system. And when we think about good, it draws more good thoughts. So following your heart and daring to pursue your passions can lead you to uncover life's secrets and experiences. Passion brings excitement. Can you tell how excited I am? Because you're here and you're listening and you're giving me hearts, meaning you're getting it. Aber's giving me thumbs up. So are you approaching money from a mindset of lack or abundance? By shifting your perspective to abundance, you open yourself up for a greater flow. It's a vibe, okay, of prosperity and opportunities. Abundance exists in every aspect of life. So let's not get caught up in just the money. What you experience and perceive as abundance or lack is largely influenced by your focus and perspective. We're talking about those blocks. If you find yourself experiencing a sense of lack in your life, it often stems from an abundance of thoughts, beliefs, and attention directed towards scarcity. That's something you need to be thinking about. You need to write that down. I'm gonna say it again. If you find yourself experiencing a sense of lack, it stems from an abundance, a whole bunch of thoughts and attention directed in the wrong way. It's directed towards scarcity. So this thing works, but it works against you also. So you got to be crystal clear about this mindset and the lack. By constantly focusing on what you don't have or what's lacking, you reinforce a mindset of scarcity and becomes your dominant experience. That's not good. I mean, it's just not good. If you predominantly focus on the experience of money, you likely will attract more of it into your life. It's perfectly fine to set goals and have specific amounts in mind, such as aiming at 50,000. Dreaming big is encouraged because the effort that it takes to think about 50,000 is the same effort as the 10,000 I told you about earlier, or $10. Man, I really wish I need $100. I really wish I had $100. It's the same effort to say I really wish I had $1,000. It's the same effort. It's the same vibe. You just got to believe bigger. Dreaming big encourages because it takes us to a new level. But you have to remember, it's important to be mindful of materialism and the potential effects on your heart and your perceptions. Sometimes your desires for material possessions cloud your vision and make you unaware of the abundance that you already possess. That's why everybody's telling you, hey, when you get ready to do your gratitude, wake up and Think about, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful I woke up with my eyesight. I'm grateful I woke up and I can walk. How many people do you know that just woke up and for some reason something happened to them, they couldn't walk? I've known, maybe because I deal with thousands of people, but I'm telling you, it happens. When you start receiving signs and indications of abundance, it's essential to continuously be grateful for them. Gratitude keeps you humble and allows you to appreciate where you are. Appreciate where you are, but be eager for more. Write that down. Oh, this is giving me hearts again. Thank you, Isabel. Remember, everything starts to change when you change yourself. That's why I gave you the gift of the Tao Te Ching. There's 81 verses there. You can read one every day, and you don't have to think about it. You just read it, then you meditate and you marinate on it, and it's a free gift. I'm going to send it to you if you send me a DM saying, hey, I want that, or just send it in the chat, whatever. Find a balance between maintaining a healthy perspective on wealth and abundance, right? Yes, it's the money, but it's also the other things. When you utilize and focus on your natural talents and abilities, you can establish a personalized model. This is 24K right here, baby. A personalized model that works for you. It's crucial to recognize your own worth and feel deserving of things you want to manifest. By gaining awareness, you let go of placing things on pedestals. We talked about that being a problem earlier, and you embrace a more balanced perspective. This shift in mindset allows manifestation and the law of attraction to work in your favor more effectively. It's also important to understand that the ultimate goal is not the external outcome or of material achievements. The true goal is the emotional and passion associated with how you want to live your life. Because you want to always be vibing high, not just when you get something. You know how many people that I've dealt with, right? And we put together a fitness plan for them because they wanted to fit the dress, right? They wanted to fit the dress. They wanted to be nice for the vacation. And then they got past the vacation. They ate like you know what, on the vacation. They came home and they got fat again. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about creating a lifelong change, a vibe that consistently brings you and attracts a lifestyle of luxury, a lifestyle of a higher set of living. When you align with your desired emotions and passions, you empower yourself and take responsibility. Listen to me very carefully. Stop blaming other people. You have to take responsibility for creating your reality. The money becomes a natural byproduct of you pursuing and embodying your greatness. This simple awareness can bring about significant changes in your life. It enables you to focus on what truly matters and align your actions and intentions accordingly. It is essential to cultivate awareness that money and energy and emotion. Simply put, this is a tool, right? This is a tool, and you need to think about even money as a tool that is a medium of exchange in the external world. Because money really doesn't hold any value. It's just the value that society puts on it, right? That derives the significance and the value you put on it and others put on it based on their passions. When you focus on creating value for others, okay, when you hear, for those of you that just jumped on, when you hear that, that means you should probably be writing this down. When you focus on creating value for others, whether through your skills, talents, products, or services, you are more likely to attract financial abundance. You guys have heard this before. If you solve a big problem, you get big rewards. So start thinking about the value you add the world and how you can amp that up because you deliver a value, a gift, a service, a skill that nobody else possesses, ever has possessed. Now think about it this way. I'm a financial consultant and you might say, well, Dirk, there's thousands of financial consultants. Yes, but there's only one that delivers the services the way I deliver it, the way I see it. And there are people that are attracted to that thought process specifically. So I have my own tribe. I may not, there's 8 billion people. I may not have talked to all of them yet. They may not all know about me, but hey, that's why we're here doing this lunch and learn so that I can help you figure out how to elevate your life. This is all part of all of our work. I'm just showing you how to do it so I can come listen to your greatness, right? I listen to Isabel's greatness all the time. Elizabeth, are you feeling me? Elizabeth, I think you should give me a heart. I just do. I don't know why, but I think you should give me a heart. I haven't seen one from you or Naja in like a long time. Anyway, I know maybe you do. Oh, there it is. Oh, my heart's jumping. Okay. Additionally, when you engage in activities that align with your passions and bring you joy, you often find that money naturally follows as a byproduct. Understanding this perspective will help you approach money in a healthy and especially an empowered way. It'll allow you to detach from any excessive attachments, meanings that you may have placed on money, take it off that pedestal, and help you to follow your value and your passions. Let me ask you a question, right? We're getting into the what should you do more specifically. Let me ask you a question though. How many of you have ever known a person, okay, that is always right? They're always confident. You look at them and you know them and you feel like they got a Midas touch, like every friggin' thing they touch works, okay? Now, the same person is also polarizing. Some people love them, some hate them. The boss loves them, the coworkers hate them. You know, do you have a favorite niece? They act fearless. You know, otherwise they're just normal people. But somehow they seem to walk through life. So they have this special gift, and it makes you crazy because they do so well at it. But otherwise they're just a normal idiot. You're like, how did that idiot get there? I'm telling you, I've seen it, and I ask the same question all the time. But these people seem to walk through life with ease, you know, and they expect people to like and adore them. And the people that don't, they don't even see those people. They don't come in their purview. Let's talk about why. Their flow. They know that they are special, so they act special, and then they get special results, and the results prove how special they are. Can you see the circle? This is you getting in your vibe, getting away from those limiting beliefs, that negative self-talk. You got to know you're it. I was going to say another word, but you got to know you're it. I'm just trying to help you. So this repeated flow builds momentum. I told you we would come back to momentum. Builds momentum and continues to repeat building momentum the more and more they operate, because that's what success is. You may not understand it. They may have a Midas touch, but they just keep doing that one thing over and over, and they keep winning over and over. And the more they win, the more accolades they get. And the more accolades get, the more they get put in position to win. It is a cycle that you need to get into. They become extraordinary, and their faults are dismissed by society. How many athletes do we know whose faults get dismissed by society because they're great at something else? It's absurd. It just is what it is. Don't fight it. Find your vibe. Don't spend negative energy thinking about them. Find your vibe. Let's get you in that spot. They get dismissed by society, the justice system, family, spouses, kids. Everybody gives them a pass. Maybe this all began as a child when they exhibited an exceptional ability to put odd parts together in a perfect picture, or they were an exceptional athlete. Maybe when they were young, they could read at an early age. They could adapt to a play, an instrument early. You know, we think that Mozart and all these people came out of the womb with this special talent. They started playing really early, and they happen to have a special gift at being able to do it early. And people start treating them special early. That's why athletes act like asses, you know, at 26, because they've been treated special their entire life. They never faced, right, lifing. All of us have faced lifing. You got to think about these people, you know, that niece, that coworker. Most of the time, if they have a special gift, they never experience mostly of lifing because they got to pass. Maybe as an adult, they got into trouble a lot and were taught to box. Right? So we've heard about pro boxers that were in trouble as a kid. I watched the documentary on George Foreman. He got in trouble as a kid, and part of him getting out of trouble or diverting him from his trouble was they taught him how to box. And then he became the heavyweight champion of the world. It's like he didn't even know about boxing. What gifts do you have that you don't even know about because you're staying inside of your box? Once a method of success is discovered, fortunes can be created, lost, and recreated with confidence. How many times have you heard about your man following bankruptcy, but yet he still became president of the United States? Do you see the connection of what I'm sharing with you? Someone was told that money doesn't come easy and that it should be respected. We have to work hard for what we want and certainly can't afford to be willy-nilly with our choices. Accompany this with the ease at which things can be attained on a credit basis, on future potential earnings. That's a credit card. You don't have the money, but you buy it on future potential earnings, only to get in over your head as life lifes. The momentum of this tango spirals until darkness and despair are the entrees of the day. So my point in sharing this with you is that it works both ways. You can be the demise of your own. Listen to this. Listen to this. I believe I have to work hard for money, and so I work hard, and then I get tired and run down, and then I get sick, physically sick, and have to take a forced time off, and then I earn less money, and then I get behind and have to work harder for my money. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe I don't get sick. Maybe you don't get sick. But you get tired and you decide, I'm just telling you what I see with my financial clients all the time. Maybe you don't get sick, but you get tired and decide you deserve a break. So you plan a vacation, but you don't have the money for it. So you buy the tickets and book the resort on your Discover card at 19% interest. Sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? You go on vacation, you play hard, and you return tired. How many times have you been on vacation and returned tired? Running your body down further. This time you decide you need a night out to release or go to a concert. You need a hot tub. You need something. You put this debt on your Capital One card at 21% interest, forcing you to work even harder. I'm just telling you, you got to be able to see the connection. You can go negative or positive. So what should you do? The first thing that you need to do is you need to create a new story. We got 5 minutes. I'm going to get you out of here. You need to create a new story. You need to heal your body. Now, you might go, dude, what are you talking about healing your body? We're talking about limiting beliefs and blocks. Healing your body means take your hind parts to the gym. Get healthy, get strong. You operate better when you have more energy. When you work out, you have more clarity of mind. There's different hormones and adrenaline and things that rush through your body that give you more clarity. You have to stop the bleeding. So you have to stop these negative conversations. You have to identify. I read off a bunch of blocks. I'll read them again super quick. Depression, desperation, constant worry and concern, uncertainty, living fearfully, self-doubt, scarcity, lack of motivation, distractions. You got to figure out which one of those are yours. And then we have to stop that. You might not be able to completely stop it, but we need to add something on the other side. You need to believe that you can, and you need to understand that good things come to good choices. So start making better choices. And then ultimately, you need to know that you deserve what you're seeking. So let me just offer you that it sounds easy, but it takes a lot of work. And maybe you've heard this before and you're just here because you needed the reminder. But you need to create a new story. You don't always lose. I never win. How many times people go, I never win. They never pick me. You need to change your story. And we can talk about that. So here's the second gift that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to meet with me for free, one-on-one, to discuss and adjust your path. What's your next step? Just message me and we will talk about how to structure a meeting and figure out what your next step is. Now, I don't want to be weird, but let me help you. I charge coaching fees for this, but I'm going to give it to you. And let me tell you something. If you don't know that your time is the most valuable gift that you could ever give anybody, you're not in the right vibe. So I am giving you a gift of my time. I'm going to give you no more than an hour. I'll give you 30 minutes to an hour. We have a playbook that I'll start walking you through to help you figure out what your deal is. You can go to Join Derek, and it's DERICK. You got to spell my name right. I'm sensitive about my name. JoinDerek.com, and just type in Blockbuster. Right? You're gonna bust your own blocks. Type in Blockbuster if you want to sit down with me for 30 to 60 minutes, and I will respond, or somebody on my team will respond with an opportunity for you to schedule an appointment with me, so that we can help you figure out how to move forward.